How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Goldmine Scenes podcast. Once again, I do have my fan on, as you can probably tell. But I mean, it's a little warm in here, so I'm gonna have it on. But I know you can hear me fine. Um, some people might find it annoying, but hey, I'm really warm and I'm trying to cool down. So just bear with me. I'm sure it'll be totally fine. But we got a few, cool, like all sorts of different things to talk about today. Um, the first thing I definitely want to talk about, I thought it was just, it was, it's fucking, I find it hilarious that a lot of people don't know these video game things these days. But on Jeopardy, the last column was video games, and one guy got one right. It was the first point for the first one for 200. It says this company's Infinity allowed you to play characters from The Incredibles and Cars, to name a few. And the guy said Disney, so you gave it to him. The rest they all got wrong, and to me this is just. I mean, one of them I didn't know. The the third one I didn't know. So the second one was Morrowind and Skyrim are iterations of this venerable. I don't know what that fucking word is. Set of video games, but it's Elder Scrolls. The next question, I didn't know what this was, because, oh no, not that one. The fourth one, I guess. In this classic video game Joust, contestants were placed upon these birds. I didn't know that they were put on ostriches, but so I would have failed that one. But the third one is a big gaming story of 2018 is Fortnite. This genre of game where the winner is the last shooter or last team standing. That's battle royale. And then for the $1,000 point question, which is hilariously easy, but what's his name said it? Alex Trebek said Destiny, but it's actually Destiny 2, and it says make your future fighting Gull, leader of the Red Legion in the second iteration of this Bungie game. So I guess you could say Destiny, since he said second iteration, but none of them knew what those were except for the very first one, and I thought that was fucking just hilarious because it's like, how do you not know? I mean, I guess, but it's it. I mean, it's all over the place. Like Fortnite's all over the place. Destiny came out. I guess it was kind of all over the place. I don't know if it was. I know it did have good advertising. In Skyrim and Morrowind, you'd think that at least one of the people would have played it, at least once. Like Morrowind came out fucking. When did it came out in the no, I was gonna say early '90s, but no, it came out on like Xbox, like original Xbox. So that's what, like, I don't know when it came out. Maybe like '04, maybe even earlier than that on PC. But like, I'm pretty sure like it came out on PC earlier than that. But I mean, come on, these games have been out for a long time. But I thought that was fucking hilarious. Um, let's see. I don't. I'm gonna skip this because I think it's kind of stupid. But it says, does playing video games cause ADHD? And it's like, bro, for me, no, because I can play video games all day. But it's actually kind of funny because when I was playing Destiny 2, I was doing the raid, and they were explaining the raid to me, and it was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they're explaining things, and I'm just sitting there thinking about stuff, talking to other people, like how I would in school. And then when they're done, like, okay, you get it, and I'd be like, what? I was not listening. I was fucking around in the game, man, because I'm better at just like playing, figuring it out, and then then I understand it, instead of someone sitting there blah 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 blah. Okay, do you get it? The last like 10 seconds, yes, because you just told me, but like 5 minutes ago, no, I don't remember shit. I just want to see it happen. So I don't think it does, but I think ADHD is just people who are just, they want to do shit, like they can just do a bunch of shit at one time. Like I'll be sitting here on my computer having YouTube going, but then I'll be playing Xbox at the same time, and then also listening to music. It's just like you don't want to sit and just, you know, do one thing. You want to do a bunch of shit at one time. So I mean, I don't know. It's just people who like doing. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not a scientist, so who gives a shit? I thought this was kind of just cool because I share Netflix with a friend, and it says movies new to Netflix in October. The Shining, 2 Monty Python features. Well, there's a lot, but just in the little title right here. But let's see. The new films coming on October 1st to Netflix. I'm gonna read them all. There's like maybe 20. Um, Angel Eyes, Anger Management, which is good. I have that on VHS with Adam Sandler. Billy Madison, another good Adam Sandler movie. Black Dynamite, I feel like I've heard of that, but I can't remember, so I'll have to check it out. Blade 1 and 2, which is great. Blazing Saddles, which I will watch the fuck out of because it's, I mean, one of the best movies ever made. Mel Brooks is one of the best directors ever, so I mean, hey, if you're really sensitive to harsh language, don't watch it. But if you love laughing at fucked up shit, that is the movie to watch. Empire Records sounds really familiar. I want to check it out. Must Love Dogs, never heard of it. Mystic River, never heard of it. New York Minutes, nope. Once Upon a Time in America, I think I have. Pay It Forward, no. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I've never seen, but I know a lot of people who love it. It was a little bit before my time in the 80s, I believe. Maybe early 90s, since I was born in 95. I know I miss Pee-wee. But definitely want to check it out. No, I have seen it. No, I have seen it. I've seen it on TV. I know my mom has seen it because I think I don't know. I know I've seen it, bits and pieces. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, that should be good. I know I've seen that. Rumble in the Bronx, I've never seen it, but I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, so I'm really excited to watch that. She's Out of My League, nope. Sommersby, nope, don't know. The Deadpool, I don't think it's Deadpool, it's probably a whole different thing. The Devil's Advocate, heard of it, might have seen it, not sure. The Green Mile is a terrific Stephen King book, but it's a movie. Fuck, I forgot his name. The big black dude. He passed away a few years ago, unfortunately. He was in like Talladega Nights. He was in a fuck ton of movies. He was a great actor. It's a great movie. Very sad, but phenomenal. So you definitely gotta watch it. The Lake House, don't know. The Never Ending Story, I had that on VHS. I've watched the shit out of it. Love it. The Shining, never seen it, but I know all the references, so I definitely want to watch it. V for Vendetta, seen it a bunch of times and have it. Love it. Zach and Miri Make a Porno. I think I've heard of that, but I don't know. I think it's like one of those weird fucking comedies, like American Pie or something like that. But I have no idea. I never. I think I've heard of it. I have no idea. But then the Monty Python, The Meaning of Life, Life of Brian. Those are fucking hilarious. I got all that shit. Truth or Dare. The Haunting of Molly Hartley. Don't know. Malevolent, a Netflix film. Private Life, a Netflix film. Super Monsters Save Halloween, a Netflix film. 22nd July, a Netflix film. And Apostle, the Netflix film. And those are coming out October 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th, and 12th. So, Elementary. What? The Blacksmith and the Devil, a Netflix film. The Kindergarten Teacher, a Netflix film. And that's all like the 12th. And the 19th. Ilang, The Wolf Brigade. The Night Comes for Us. The 26th, Been So Long. Devil. Dovletov, Netflix film. intimate portrait that captures 6 days of the life of influential Russian dissitar writer Sergei Dovlatov. Ooh, that should be interesting. Hefe, a Netflix film. That's on the 26th, and then on the 31st, Gun City. Set in Barcelona in 1921, a double agent infiltrates the local mafia to find out who's selling weapons and explosives to anarchist groups. That should be really fucking good, don't you think? Yeah, I'm interested in that. Now this shit's being stupid. The web pages are being dumb. This next one is called James Bond by the Numbers. I really like this one because I love James Bond. So I'm not going to read the whole thing because there's a lot, but I'm just going to read the little number stats. Turns out 007 is not the only important number in James Bond's world, according to the Bond numbers. A new interactive guide from Betway Casino, analyzing all 24 official Bond films in detail and crunching the data. The interactive guide is now the definitive guide to all Bond-related information you need. Okay, I'm gonna have to probably read a bunch of this shit. I'm just gonna read it kinda quick, but hopefully clearly, because it's all interesting as fuck. Let's see. God, I fucking hate pop. Don't you guys hate pop-up ads? You have to wait 5 extra seconds. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. And oh my god, no, get the fuck out of here. Okay. So, right here. There have been 6 Bonds in total, with Roger Moore playing 007 the highest number of times for a total number of 4,348 days in the role. This will be surpassed soon by Daniel Craig, who has spent 4,729 days in the role after starring in the 25th Bond film, which I can't wait for. Overall, the Bond franchise has grossed $16 billion when adjusted for inflation, with Skyfall scoring the highest gross at $1 billion and profit $910 million. A total of 405 villains have been killed, with Pierce Brosnan, the deadliest Bond, love him, by far, 135 killed over 4 appearances, second highest being Roger Moore's 90 kills. The least deadliest Bond was George Lazenby's singular appearance as Bond in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which fucking sucks, in my opinion. No wonder there's only one and no one talks about it, because there's just women being trapped on the top of a mountain, and a guy going, "Oh, I'll buy you all these gifts. I love you. Here, stay here with me." And then Bond tries to break them out. It's fucking stupid. Waste of 2.5 hours. 5 kills in that movie, followed by Timothy Dalton's 2 appearances, sharing the total of 23 kills. After Lazenby's 1 outing as Bond, Connery was pulled back for Diamonds Are Forever. Roger Moore's The Man with the Golden Gun was the most peaceful Bond outing, with only 1 kill, which is probably the guy with the golden gun, and the little guy going, "Oh look, Bond is here playing." I love that fucking movie. I have it on VHS. Oh wait, I don't remember where it was. I feel like it might have gotten broken, because I remember once I had a bunch of VHS shit and like it fell over it, or something like that. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I have to look for it, but it's a good movie. I love them all except for the Majesty's Secret Service. Just don't start with me about that fucking movie. There have been 58 romantic, I don't know what this word is, situations over the film series, with Roger Moore having 19 romantic encounters over 7 films. Technically, George Lazenby has the highest average trysts, with 3 encounters in his singular appearance. At this point, I know what you're thinking. Is Daniel Craig's excellent Bond portrayal first in anything other than his highest gross of Skyfall? Yes. 58 units of alcohol consumed over 4 films. Craig's Bond has drunk both the highest total number of units of alcohol and the highest average, more than 21 units per film. His 26 drinks in Casino Royale and 25 in Spectre are also the top 2, incidentally. You can see many more numbers of anecdotes and blah 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 right down below. It's just like how much money they made for each movie, and looks like that's it. I love that shit. Just silly, dumb facts about James Bond. But then this next one, it's kind of interesting. Darth Vader gets his own VR series, so he's gonna have like I think there's 3 episodes that they're gonna have. It's from Darth Vader. I think it's from Darth Vader's point of view. It's gonna be between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. So that should be fucking interesting. I wish I had Oculus, because then I would play that and I would slay motherfuckers. Because who doesn't want to be Darth Vader and slay fools, right? Am I right? This next one, I can't really show. It's more of a show thing. But asteroid rovers send back stunning new pictures of space rock surface. I mean, I love space, and it really hurts your head if you actually drop the bullshit and actually fucking think about it. It hurts your head, and it's amazing. And some of these photos, like, I just look at the rock and then I look out and it's just dark nothing, and it's just so eerie. But I guess they sent these little tiny robots that are like the size of a cookie can or a cookie or something, and they just hop around and they take photos. And let's see, the rovers are about each size of a cookie. They can move by hopping up to 49 feet at a time because extremely weak gravity on the asteroids make rolling difficult. Let's see. I forgot how far they said it was. Let's see. Launched on December 3rd, 2014, Hayabusa 2 arrived at Ryugu, I don't know how to say it, on June 27, 2018, when the asteroid was almost 170 million miles from Earth. The spacecraft traveled almost 2 billion miles to reach the space rock. Fuck. Yeah, I find that shit pretty cool. The next one says new. I like this stuff. New 26,000-pound dinosaur discovered was Earth's. The title is New 26,000-pound dinosaur discovery was Earth's largest land animal. And this thing looks fucking huge. It says, let's see. Let's see. If humans had lived 20 million years ago, they would have marveled at the largest dinosaur of its time, and its name means a giant thunderclap at dawn. A recently discovered fossil of a new dinosaur species in South Africa revealed that a relative of the Brontosaurus that weighed 26,000 pounds, about double the size of a large African elephant. They named it Ledu Mahadi Mafubi. That sounds pretty cool to me. I'll take it. Which is Sesotho for a giant thunderclap at dawn. It's an official South African language indigenous to the part of the country where the dinosaur was found. That's cool. Apart from the massive size, there are other evolutionary details about the new species that make it entirely unique. It shows us that even as far back as 200 million years ago, these animals had already become the largest vertebrates to ever walk the earth. Dinosaurs are pretty awesome. I don't know how much to say about this. Just like we always have thought Mars had life on it, but it's too close to the sun, and you get fucked up. So they're thinking like maybe underneath there could, like, you could have some sort of life, like cells or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna skip that one. You can look it up. I thought this was fucking cool though. New small neon fish species discovered. They're like bright lime green and hot pink. with like blotches on them, big blotches and stripes by their eyes. It's really cool. I'll just read this real quick. Scientists aren't sure how a fish this brightly colored went undiscovered for so long, but it did. A new coral fish species was described for the first time this week. Scientists discovered the neon species among the reef of St. Paul's Rocks in the archipelago off the coast of Brazil. Perhaps it is the species' remote home in the middle of the equatorial Atlantic that made the fish so elusive, but one scientist spotted the bright pink and yellow and green fish. They couldn't look away. This is one of the most beautiful fishes I've ever seen. I agree. It was so enchanting it made us ignore everything around it. Yeah, it's fucking cool to look at. It belongs to the Tosinoides genus, which until now scientists thought was unique to the Pacific. Apparently not. Scientists named the new species after Aphrodite, the Greek goddess love and beauty. The Greek gods were said to be regularly transfixed by the Aphrodite by the Aphrodite's good looks. Though the Brazilian fish's bright colors weren't apparent to all, the species was found at depths nearly 400 feet. In the twilight zone, there is very, very little red light. Fishes from the twilight zone tend to be pink or reddish in color, said the person. Red light doesn't penetrate to these dark depths, rendering these fish invisible unless illuminated by a light like the ones we carry while diving. Scientists believe this fish is just one of many undiscovered species living among the darkness of the twilight zones of the coral reef. Yes, they are vulnerable to climate change. In a time of global crisis for coral reefs, learning more about unexplored reef habitats and their colorful resistance is critical to our understanding of how to protect them. We aim to highlight the ocean's vast and unexplored wonders and inspire a new generation of sustainability champions. Okay. Yeah, dude, we don't know shit about our fucking ocean. Why are we trying to go to space so bad? I get it, we're killing our shit, but fuck, man. Learn about the ocean, save the ocean, then I guess go to space. That's how I feel. They're so pretty though. You can go to upi.com. It's on there. This last one, it says, scientists observe matter falling into black hole at 50,000 miles per second. That's fucking fast. Okay? This is, the team looked at a supermassive black hole that has a 40 million solar mass, which means 40 million times the mass of the sun. Do you know how fucking powerful that is? I'm good, bro. Nearly every galaxy has a supermassive black hole at the center, including our own, the Milky Way. This black hole is located at the center of the galaxy PG221 plus 143, which is about 1 billion light years away. So, when the Andromeda galaxy and the Milky Way collide in however long, I will be long fucking dead. And if I'm not, man, oh man, will it be crazy. But I highly doubt I'll be alive, and who knows? I might be floating out somewhere, I might be in a robot, who knows? Who knows what'll happen when you die? Personally, I would love to be put into a robot, not because I'm afraid of dying, because I just find that would be fucking cool. Well, partially that part, the dying part, but then, you know, imagine being your brain being transplanted into a robot, like those little water tank things, and you know you got all the wires hooked up and it's all bubbling. Yeah, if it breaks and my brain falls down, I'm dead. But hey, that's okay, that's fine. But that'd be dope. Can't lie, that'd be fucking dope. It says typically when gas falls into black holes, it orbits the hole until it gradually enters. The gas spirals at its center, getting hotter and hotter as it speeds up, and therefore more luminous. This is how they're able to detect the falling mass. As matter gets close to the black hole, it gets heated up to temperatures where the main light coming from the matter is in X-rays. The matter they observed was particularly hot. The material would have been at temperatures of maybe 10 million or 20 million degrees. It shines X radiation, which is why the observation had to be made using an X-ray observatory. That's fucking cool. This finding could mean that chaotic acceleration, which is a process that allows matter to enter directly, could be possible and likely in other supermassive black holes. Over time, chaotic acceleration could make supermassive black holes rotate slower, allowing them to absorb matter and grow even faster. Black holes in the early universe grew very quickly, so this research could show how they were able to do that. Dude, I'm just like, what the fuck? This shit's too crazy for me. It hurts my head, but it's fucking fascinating to look into. But anyways, like I don't know how to comment on that. Just like, what the fuck? I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm starving, so I'm gonna go grab something to eat. And I will see you guys on the next episode. See you later.